side of Lumen Field in the Soto District of Seattle. Today, a good one in the NFC West. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks.
Your 2026 Seattle Seahawks.
Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers has us set to get started. And we are underway in the Pacific Northwest. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract for the fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey, and he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistake who it is.
He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Purdy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks, allow your team to get settled in, don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
On 4th down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Room to run past midfield. Down the sideline to the 20. An electrifying run, bringing it all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play for Seattle. It covers 51 yards.
10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he'll take it on in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seattle. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks 7, 49ers nothing.
The TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Open receiver, the former Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
A gain of
19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
It's a loss of 2.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now Purdy. They'll try to set the screen to McCaffrey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a 1st down.
It's a really critical conversion here because after not scoring on your opening drive, you just can't afford to follow that up with a 3-and-out. So you find yourself down 7-0. Sustain this drive and at the very least, see if you can come away with some points.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 9. Man in motion here is Jennings. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, 49ers.
Another 49er 1st down. A gain of 12.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's caught by McCaffrey. And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
A
yards.
pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Here's Purdy. And he's in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're on top, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one on target to Cup. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
To throw is Darnold. To get this complete, it's Cup again. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a first down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, He's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route, but this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
6-yard line.
You know, I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Seahawks football beginning this second quarter from the 46. Here's 2nd and 4 as we are ready to get back underway. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
14 yards.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49ers' 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That is caught to the goal line and in. A.J. Barner. Touchdown Seahawks.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes, and this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good, and the Seahawks will move out to a 14-7 lead.
49ers 7.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Niners offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. On the bootleg, it's Purdy. A throw on the move is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. comes Thomas Morstead, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Bryce Huff in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Darnold now to throw. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
A gain of only a yard.
So barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it looks like this is going to be a 3-and-out. So this offense has to get to the sideline and regroup, figure out what went wrong, fix it, because they've got to be able to maintain possession the next time out.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. 49ers offense ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Julian Love brings him down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
Gain of 6. And the 49er first down. It's a gain of 6.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll let the fullback try to push the pocket.
Man, even the big guy couldn't barrel ahead for just a couple yards and pick up that first. That's really impressive by that defensive front to not only hold up, but to force fourth down.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt it away for San Francisco. And no No chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly a first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. It's second down.
So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can.
Third down, 3 to go.
Third and 3.
Darnold to throw. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 31 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Kevin Givens in there for the sack, works his way through. It's a loss of 5.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing, Darnold. Brings it in left side. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now, Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10.
13 yards.
It's a gain of 13, and it's 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
At the 3-yard line.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. Here's Darnold again. Good blocking, and he's in. Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Seattle. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything. So Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Myers now to add the PAT. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 21-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The 49ers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. Looking to get that wide receiver screen set up, but this one will not work. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A 2nd down throw here for Purdy. He'll set up the screen here to Pearson. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
Kittle is the man in motion. 3rd down. Purdy. A short one there. Caught by Kittle. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And that 1st down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Again in the air for Purdy. Throw, left side, complete to Pearson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Now a timeout signal for him, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Back to the air again is Purdy. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this 1st half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this 2nd half. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
They get 22 yards there. 1st down, Seattle.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Walker. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Wright, Smith, and Jigba has it. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks have run out to a 24-7 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Open man is Jennings. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll try the left side with McCaffrey. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Now he takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 5. They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the first down.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 7. Here's Purdy. The second down throw is incomplete.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
On third down, it's Purdy. That's caught by Bourne. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, 49ers.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to McCaffrey. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Purdy now on second down. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
From the gun, it's Purdy. He's got his man, complete to Pearson. A pickup of 15 in the air. It's good for a Niners first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
On the ground, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
Tyrese Knight on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7 on the Seahawks 8-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. A he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Leonard Williams getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
On 3rd and long, Purdy to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Here's Purdy. And he'll take it on in. George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Yeah, this is not a big surprise here, Mike. You're down big. It's the 4th quarter. You have no choice but to go for it here on 4th down, maintain possession, and they were able to come through.
Now, he knocks it through. And the 49ers back within 10. It's now 24-14.
49ers 14.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
He'll try to run for it. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Moore to return. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. First and 10 for Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and So far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here's McCaffrey. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down.
The 48-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Kittle is the man in motion. They run once more with McCaffrey. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down.
It's a gain of 8. And the 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down.
Been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And some good blocking, springing up a gain of 9 as we get to third down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
So, here's Eddie Pinheiro in a big spot. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Shaheed now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
It's a gain of 2.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
He's got it at about the 8. He's going to have a first down. Good game, but there is a flag down, and this could very well be coming back. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
To A.J. Barner. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Pass caught by Pearsall. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush. And that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Purdy. This one complete to Bourne. And to that 1st and goal, he is down inside the 10-yard line.
17 yards.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job.
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. George Kittle. Touchdown, San Francisco. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. A one-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out, but 1 first down will essentially end the game. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. It comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. Second down and 3. They'll go play action with Darnold. Smith and jig the left side. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
Timeout 49ers. That is their second.
First down.
They'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. First and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. The Niners will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. So the 12th man a factor here as it's a win for the Seahawks. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks, as we say, so long from Seattle.